This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates figure from Super 7, the Mutagen Ooze version of Raphael. So we get rid of that box. And we have this nice variation on the Ninja Turtle packaging where it's made to kind of look like the TCRI Ooze can with a turtle logo on the front. Well, a turtle sewer cover logo covered in slime. On the side of it, we see the property of TCRI. And on the back, we get the actual Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo with the nuclear symbol and again, more slime coming out of cracks. Showing that once again, that TCRI is not the best when it comes to disposing of their mutagens. Go ahead, we'll take this off. Sadly, they do not give us a picture to go along with the information here, but it says Raphael, the witty voice of the Turtles. Obviously based on the animated series because that's the time when he was the smart-ass, sarcastic guy instead of the angry, violent one. Raphael is a hothead and the most opinionated, impulsive, and restless Ninja Turtle. Raphael loves nothing more than to test himself in battle and trains for sheer enjoyment. He's usually the one to leap into action, and it's nearly impossible to get him to back down. So they base their subtitle on the cartoon and the information on the regular Ninja Turtle comics. Go to the side, they've got a couple openings here in the box that looks like ooze. On the front, we see the turtles. We see the turtles. We see Raphael in the box. Now, as people might remember me saying in previous videos, if you've seen them, I like glow-in-the-dark toys, which is why I got the entire set of these Ninja Turtles in glow-in-the-dark, Raphael being the first one that I'm going to take a look at. The real question is, and this is for anybody who wants to comment about it, should I do each one of these individually if I decide to do it? Or should I just do the last three all together since they basically have the same articulation? It's just the head sculpts and weapons that are going to be different. But let's go ahead and open them up. I'm surprised I didn't use an ooze packaging for this. You know, I kind of feel like Super 7's packaging is the majority of the cost on their figures at this point. Not, I don't know. In my opinion, maybe you think differently, but I kind of feel like Super 7 overpacks their stuff. Now, as a bit of a surprise with this one, he comes with extra hands like the regular turtles did. I don't know if the other turtles came with a baby turtle. I'm pretty sure they all came with extra heads. But the glow-in-the-dark ones don't come with a big set of extra equipment that the other ones did. Because you had the weapons rack with all the weapons attached to it, and then you had all the weapons singly available. And the weapons rack ones were all in brown, and then the other ones were all painted, kind of duplicating the weapons rack thing was to duplicate the original toys from the late 80s, early 90s, I think, by Playmates Toys. But the other ones were meant to be more like real world / cartoon accurate. But anyway, before we look at the extra equipment, let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation. Now, these designs are based on the toys from the early days in the 80s, 90s, whenever they came out. I do have a bunch of those in my collection somewhere, but again, they're packed away and I don't know where I put them. So, first off, his head is on a ball joint, and there is a little bit of give to the joint in the neck, so it can move and do the chicken dance thing that I like to do. Although generally with G.I. Joe, it's because there's joints on both the top and bottom. The head can spin all the way around. This version has a small bandana tie at the back, which I think is more cartoon accurate than comic accurate. The arm can spin all the way around. We can go up and we can go down and up and down. We do have a bicep cut. We have a single joint at the elbow. And I'm trying to figure out if I think the band is actually just painted. It's not a separate piece. Again, joint at the elbow. We have a spin, and it looks like we are given the up and down articulation on the wrist. And you can really see the joint inside there. There is no waist swivel or bicep cut on this turtle. Though, if you look at it, the shell here is in fact a separate piece from the body. And it looks like it's also done in glow-in-the-dark plastic and then painted over. I think you better look maybe. Let's see. Kind of here on the side. Doesn't look like the belt. Oh, wait, let me see. I'm under the impression here that the belt is glued together. And it is glued onto the back of the shell, so I'm not going to try to take it off. Actually, it's glued in the numerous spots along the shell, it seems like to me. So under the R and under the whatever this thing is supposed to be, we have a single joint in the knee. And again, you can kind of see the joint underneath there. And we have the hinge at the ankle, and we can still pivot around a pin. All in all, this was kind of like the standard articulation from the, I want to say it started with the Masters of the Universe Classics line, and then of course Super 7 took over the Classics line, and then they started their Ultimates line, basically based on the articulation that was done for Masters of the Universe Classics. Now, we have the extra head here, which it's an angry head. I think this is more toy accurate, and this is, I don't know if I don't think this even really goes with the cartoon. Or no, cartoon. I think this might be more toy accurate. Pop the head off, and we can see the little joint there. Oh my god. Oh. This has been the problem I've noticed with the Super 7 figures with multiple heads that I've done so far. Is at least half of them, it's almost impossible to get the other head in there on the peg. And I'm afraid I'm going to break something. Ah, there we go. I think I prefer this head to head to this one. And I'm not just saying that because I don't want to take it off again. But the equipment that he comes with is he comes with an open communicator, also in glow-in-the-dark plastic. Closed communicator in glow-in-the-dark plastic. Slice of pizza where I'm just going to say if my pizza glows in the dark, I am probably not going to eat it. We have his 2 sai. And these feel fragile enough that I'm afraid they would break if you mess with them too much. Now they of course can go into the front like this, or they can go into the hands, potentially. The plastic is so stiff on that hand that I am having a lot of difficulty trying to get the sai in there. So we're only going to do one at the moment. We have the can of leaking ooze, which is hard to tell that it's leaking because they only painted the yellow stripes on it instead of painting any of the rest of it. Which in this case is something that I would have said you probably should have just gone ahead and painted the ends and the main body of it a little bit maybe, or at least the ends. Because you could still get away with the whole idea of it being clear in the middle. The little baby turtle version of Raphael. I'm going to assume that this is going to be the same on all 4 of the turtle figures. But isn't he adorable? And various hands. We have a punching hand, a fist. We have more of an open hand, which I'm not sure what it's supposed to be for. What I was wondering is if... Nope. Not designed for side tricks. And it looks like he just comes with a second set of the same hands. So I don't know why. That's the other problem with Super 7 with the hands, is that you don't know if they're giving you wrong hands or not. Like, I know at least one figure I've gotten has had the wrong set of hands, because that was the April O'Neil I got. Unfortunately, it does not seem like any of these hands are designed to hold the sai like this, which is one of the ways, this is kind of like the way when he's trying to punch through stuff with it. And I think they should have designed a set of hands for that. That's why I thought maybe these were supposed to be for that, but it doesn't appear to be the case because I can't even get the sai through there. And even if it does, the hand's really not in the position needed to hold it like that either. So that's kind of a disappointment. When I go to display him, he will probably be displayed with his sides out though. But as mentioned before, this is a glow-in-the-dark figure, and thus we are going to go ahead and test out the glow-in-the-dark function. So this isn't exactly a 100% darkened room scenario, but we're going to do this anyway this way. I am trying to put a barrier up against some of the light that comes in through the window. So as you can see here, well, maybe you can. One of the things that blacklight does is it does show you the different plastics in a lot of cases. So the head and main body of Raphael is a different plastic than the rest of it. And the blacklight supercharges glow-in-the-dark material. So we end up kind of with this as our glow-in-the-dark figure. Now, I think this is cool. Like I said, I really do like glow in the dark figures, so that's the reason why I went ahead and I bought this set from Super 7 because I just really wanted the glow in the dark figures. I also have the Mutagen Man in glow in the dark because it was part of a sale. Right now, I don't really have anything to compare them to because I have not located my original Playmates toys that I have. And this is actually the first Raphael from Super 7 I've opened. And Raphael is my favorite character, so he's the only one I've actually bought turtle-wise thus far, to be fair. And I've got his regular release, I got his trench coat release, and I've got this one. However, with this line of glow in the dark ones, I did get all four of the turtles. And that's why I asked earlier if people think I should go ahead and do the last three together in one review if I want to do that, or if I should go ahead and do them all separately and spread it out some more. Because I think this will continue our Turtle Tuesday until we get our hands on the next Masters of the Universe Ninja Turtle crossover figures. But anyway, please let me know what you think. Do you like these kind of glow in the dark figures like I do? Or do you think it's just a cheap gimmick? Which, I mean, it is a cheap gimmick. It's literally just releasing the same figure in different plastic. Only this time it glows in the dark and you can charge the same amount. Because I believe he does come with less items than the original release. But I have to open up that one to find out. So, uh, please leave a like if you enjoyed this. Or, just leave a like even if you didn't enjoy it and just to say screw you, YouTube, analog bullshit stuff. Share, especially if you have people you hate. If you didn't like this and you have people you hate, send them the video. I'm not picky about my viewership. And subscribe. Peace and love.